Yeah.
I was obsessed with Samurai Jack's shoes. I cut them out.
She probably cut you off.
What's I was called Sinclair. We had so many snakes in the compound.
Oh.
Just because it was like, looked like Arizona.
From
Okay,
Disney
we
had
didn't
some
have that.
bangers.
So there was a cap in Ronga.
Hey everybody, welcome back to your favorite movies and TV podcast, Movie Buffs. I'm here with my gorgeous co-host and a special guest, Miss Mercy Kyallo.
Hi.
Mercy, how are you?
Hi everyone. Thank you for having me.
This is Mercy's first podcast, so we're breaking her podcast virginity. How exciting.
I'm
virgin.
You
I
know
love a good
what?
virgin.
You promised me it was gonna be smooth.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's happening.
That's the best though. Who wants to go on a smooth podcast? Don't you want to be like, what's going on? I don't know. You're like excited. I see the twinkle in your eye. You're
Should
like
be
excited.
spontaneous.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so nervous. My heart is beating. I hope the microphone can't pick that, right? My heart is
Nah,
That's
think
a technical
you're good.
question that I don't know the answer to.
Okay.
Maybe Will does.
No, you're good.
Okay, cool.
Mercy, I'm sure that most of our listeners know who you are. As you know, you're a celebrity. But why don't you tell the folks who might not be familiar with your prowess, who you are, what you do? Give us the taste.
Yeah, so everyone in New York, Virginia, you name it.
Yeah.
Where else? Israel, Portugal.
What interesting locations.
Right? Because it's the rest of the world.
Yes,
They
of
need
course.
to know us, Norway,
Global,
everywhere.
cosmopolitan.
Right? So my name is Mercy Kyallo. I'm an entrepreneur. I think that's the easiest way because I dabble in various businesses. That's how I earn my living. I also star in our family reality show called Kyallo Kulture. We've just wrapped up season 2 and it was an amazing experience. What else am I? I'm a sister,
Yeah.
I'm a friend, and
What's your star sign?
oh my God,
a good
the
question.
best part about me, guys, is I'm a Leo.
Wow, of course you are.
Like,
Of course
okay,
you are.
thank you for the center chair.
Yes.
I belong here. This is where I belong. Yeah, guys, I'm so glad to be doing this. And yeah, I think I'm always looking for new opportunities to do something new and to explore, a different, unique talent.
Yeah.
And these guys are just amazing to talk to, Will and Koi.
That's so sweet.
So I'm so happy to be here.
I can tell that you've done reality TV because even the way that you did that, it was very like confessionals. Do you know what I mean? Can't you see her like in her own like room? You know what I
You
mean?
know?
I can tell like you've done that a lot and you're
but
great at it.
To be fair, I'm seated on a chair,
Yeah.
facing the camera,
Yeah,
you know
in front
the
of the
vibes.
camera. It's
You know
like
the vibes.
exactly.
feel
Yeah,
like
it's
at
so
home.
crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll talk more about Kyallo Kulture later. I really want to know about you prior, like in your youth. I feel like you're a very like type of kid. So tell me, like, what things were you getting up to? Like, what were you doing in your childhood? What were your passions? What were you like?
Oh my gosh, what's Give me a word for that.
Just like star quality. A Leo, if you will.
Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
feel like you were, you have sisters obviously, but I
Yeah.
feel like you are the show stopper. You're the scene stealer, if you will.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, were you that kind of kid?
Well, I was really confident. I
Yeah.
actually think I was extra confident.
Yeah.
I was in drama. I loved it.
Love it.
I think I almost got best actor because I did a male part, and I was so good at the male part.
What was the part?
I was called Sinclair.
Wow.
I know, well.
A gentleman.
A gentleman, right?
Wow.
Who wanted to marry who came from this beautiful, luxurious family and wanted to marry this girl. Blah, blah, blah. That was my high school.
Wow.
So I think, I've always tried to find things to do and places where I could just find cool people.
Yeah.
And places I could just explore who I am. I guess that's what I say. And when I was a kid, I grew up in Ongata. Ronga is a very remote place. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Ronga is remote, and when I grew up there, by the way, it was very remote. There were no houses, we had no
Yeah.
neighbors, just
Yeah.
1 or 2 neighbors here and there. Actually, we had so many snakes in the compound.
Oh.
Just because it was looked like Arizona.
Yeah.
You know that look for
Yeah.
Arizona
Yeah.
with that
Yeah,
rolling
yeah.
ball over there,
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
mystery. So is it Tango or is that, you know that movie?
Yeah.
Rango. Yes, Rango.
Not Tango.
Actually,
You were close.
I was close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
So
super
Ronga
close.
is very Rango, looking. So that was how I grew up that's where we were in 97, 98, and that's where. So it was. I had one friend. She was called Shali.
Yeah.
Our neighbor.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think this came from there because we used to act all the time. I remember telling her, Charlize, we go act. She's like, not again. Let's play another game. Let's do cakes.
Yeah.
Because we used to do cakes with soy. And
It's cute.
Right? And she's like, not again. Not another acting game.
Yeah.
I always wondered what it would be to be part of a great movie, a movie star. And in our own little ways, we'd always pretend we were movie stars. And it was our own beautiful little world. I had a beautiful childhood. It was tough, but beautiful.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch a lot of movies? What movies were you watching?
Our only escape,
Yeah.
I don't like to say that we grew up in a, maybe let's say poorer setting.
Yeah.
But then the fact that we had a TV and every Sunday we could watch Seventh Heaven. And that dog and Seventh Heaven, when I see that happy face. And I mean, it was such a great sense of escape, And I think my brother also, who is a movie director, who's a director.
Is he
by
really?
profession, right?
Huh.
Yeah.
How did we not know that?
Yeah.
Right? He
I
directed
didn't know
XYZ, XYZ, the political satire show.
Oh my goodness, are you
right?
serious?
We gotta review it.
Right?
What?
Where is he? We gotta get him on. What's going on?
Well, that's his previous life. Right now, he's pursuing something else. But him being a director, I remember him
so cool.
bringing home movies.
Yeah.
Like The Big Lebowski.
Oh, yeah.
And forcing us to watch it. And we're like, what is this thing about? And The Godfather, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But then when you grow up later, when you rewatch it and you realize these are iconic things.
Yeah.
And they shaped so much of who we became because I learned how to speak English because of watching Cartoon Network TV and movies and everything.
Amazing.
It was never from school.
Yeah.
And so it was amazing.
That's so cool. Tell me what you were watching on Cartoon Network. I feel like Will's gonna have a lot of opinions on this. He's a Cartoon Network head.
No way.
Did I put you on the spot?
Yeah.
So between Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, of course. I mean, she.
But
just
you see,
told me.
okay, at different eras, because I think Nickelodeon, I was a bit older when I was watching more of Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
And that's when they didn't have just cartoons. They had like the real shows.
Yeah.
So when I was watching cartoons, definitely Cartoon Network. I would definitely choose that.
Okay, I get it. When I was young, I think Cartoon Network was great because of.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to say, Ed and Eddie.
Yeah.
I was like, that was my best.
Yeah.
But
Great
then
program.
when Nickelodeon came on, I just started loving Adventure Time and the other weird one where there's this squirrel with a best friend. I just forgot that one, but it's my best.
Yeah.
I think I just enjoyed, but I like it. I don't like the shows, but I like the cartoons.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was your
Interesting.
best Cartoon Network?
That's a really great question. I'm actually really terrible at remembering like what show was with which network. I was actually just thinking now, was Brandy and Mr. Whiskers, was that Cartoon Network or was that Nickelodeon?
Oh,
that was Disney?
Disney.
Ooh.
Yeah. Disney
I'm
also
a
had
Disney
some.
girl.
Okay,
Disney
we
had
didn't
some
have that.
bangers.
So there was a cap in Ronga. There's what we get,
Yeah.
And actually, that time, Nation was airing Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
you had
remember
to
that,
kind of,
yeah.
you get what I mean.
Yeah.
And so how about you? What was your best show?
I probably would choose like Courage, the Cowardly
Oh my
Dog.
God.
Courage is a great
too.
show. It's a great show. It's
Yeah.
also very scary. It's not for kids.
Yeah,
It's
and
not for
then,
kids.
And then like Samurai Jack. I think those are my favorite.
Do you know what I did?
love
Oh
Samurai
yeah,
Jack.
yeah.
I went and took my school shoes, and just made them samurai. My mom was livid because she didn't even get what samurai is. And
Did
I'm
you like cut them up? Or did you
I
do
cut
the
them up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She
but
probably cut you off.
she cut, yeah. Guys, I'm not fool.
That was really witty. You were ready for that comeback. You said, ha.
Yeah.
No, Samurai Jack is a fantastic show. Like just even like not the cinematography because it's a cartoon, but just like the animation is so good.
So
like
good.
it is riveting. Like I'm on the edge of my seat. I recently watched like a super compilation that was like the whole timeline of the show.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
damn, this
It's
is
interesting.
intricate. Like it's a kid
Yeah.
show, but it's like it's like Oppenheimer level of like it's crazy.
It's
I was
so
like,
deep.
this is wild.
Yeah,
Because it came back, right? Like it came back.
They made a new version, like a new season, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
There's like a whole thing
a few
about
years
it.
ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I should
Yeah.
watch
I
it.
watched
No, you
like
should.
2 episodes, but I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with Samurai Jack's shoes.
I mean, not the shoes being like your thing. You're like, no,
yeah,
but his
that's
shoes
like the
though. Like,
shoes,
not
though.
even
He
the
had
sword,
kicks.
not even any of the things. You
He
said the
had
shoes
kicks.
though.
Man
Yeah.
had kicks.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what his shoes look like. Now I have to go like look up his
It's
shoes.
like
You-
those like it's like a wooden block, and then it has like a string on the top.
I know what you're talking.
You know,
Fire sandals.
from Mukambani, we have some shoes called Mikaria. Exactly the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I'm like, same
Yeah.
thing.
Same thing.
Ours, Mikaria is made of the tire.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
Kambas are skillful with making tires into shoes and
Yes.
various things.
Yes.
So I was like, this is some samurai shit.
Yeah, for
here.
sure. There's a connection there.
There's
There's,
a
you know what I mean?
connection.
You know what I mean?
The music was also crazy.
The music is great.
Yeah,
It's just it's a great show.
a
Low
great
key, also
show.
not for kids. Now I want to ask you. So Will and I are in this era right now where we're really nostalgic about stuff that we watched like as teenagers. Like we're watching Vampire Diaries right now, which like don't get me started because I have so many thoughts. But I want to hear from you. What shows did you watch when you're a teen? Were you like a big teen drama person? Were you like, did you like reality shows like those early 2000s like Kardashians, the OC, like those things? What were you
Yeah.
watching?
Oh my god, nice to say that. And I get it, Vampire Diaries is cute, but it's kind of recent.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. It ended, I think, what was its run? It started in like 2009 until like
2017.
17.
I think
We'll
I
put it
was
up
really
there.
into was it 90210? Something
Oh,
90210?
yeah.
No, no,
Oh, yeah.
210.
It was in 90210?
There was a remake that came out in the
college,
2010s.
The college, I mean, was it a high school?
Yeah, they were in high school in
They're
Beverly
high school
Hills.
in
Delicious.
Beverly- Oh, I love
Delicious.
that thing. I remember I used to watch it. So we had those big computers with the big butts.
Yeah.
Right, and then
Yep,
so
yep.
it was for everybody. So it used to
Yeah.
be in the sitting room.
Classic.
Yeah.
And I'd wear the headphones, and every time my bro would pass by, and he's like, so when he's arguing, he's like, every time I see you have those headphones, I just hear those bell ringing of that school in 90210. Come out of that shit. Live in the real world. I'm like, no,
Who wants to do that?
no.
Who?
I just got out of class and
Yeah.
going to chill with my friends in
For
Beverly
sure.
Hills.
Wait,
I
did
love
you
it.
what characters do you like in the show? Because I love that show.
I love the I don't remember the names,
Yeah.
but I love them so much. That couple that was so strong that ended up getting this baby. Remember I need to get, you know what? Let me just get the facts because it's bad to just not know.
Who got the baby? Wait, are you talking about like the OG 90210?
I think I'm together with the OG.
Oh shit, I'm talking about the remake.
There's a
I've
remake.
never actually, yeah. So
90210 like E?
yeah, it was like, okay, so there's a girl called like Annie. Trying to see if we can like sync up.
Mm-hmm.
It was like in like the late 2000s, early 2010s. It was like that same like era for like Vampire Diaries, like all that stuff.
Okay.
Maybe you're talking about the OG one, which I actually would love to watch
What
one
is
day.
OG Orange? No. Or
No, just the
OC.
original one. Oh, what are you talking about? Now we've lost the plot.
What is something or what is this state in California that is? It's Orange County.
Yeah.
It was OC 90210 something like that.
Okay.
I know the OC. There's a show called
There's
OC.
a show called The
OC.
OC. That was like mid 2000s. It was Marissa and like those guys. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I wasn't a big OC fan. Did you ever watch OC?
I've never
That
seen
wasn't.
it.
That's not really like your vibe.
Well,
I've
sorry
never
guys,
seen
that was what kind of I was like hooked on at that time.
I need to talk to you offline about that because I'm really curious what version you're watching.
Right?
What show you're talking about?
Guys,
Anyways,
they should have me over next time so that I can tell you that show.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Absolutely.
I will stand here with a placard. Okay, we all meet here. If they don't bring me back, yeah.
Yes,
Okay, well.
1,000%. What else were you watching in your teens? Anything come to mind?
Anything come to mind? Yeah, probably. Maybe Channel O, because my sister would hog the TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember
She's-
Channel O days.
Yeah, every 5 to 6 when you come back
Yeah.
home, I would watch Channel O. What else? It's not ringing that bell like that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you ever watch like any like local shows, any Kenyan shows that you would watch that were popping during the era?
There's one that was kind of nice. What was it called? But it was just there for like one season. So what is it? Why is it that I don't have data today? Like I'm being
Mercy's
embarrassed
offline.
here. Why?
So offline.
Need Google. Oh my goodness. So yeah,
There's
did
also
you,
like Tahiti High.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Tahiti High.
Yeah.
What's
You
it
ever
called?
watch-
Sugar? Was that
I
what
watched
it's called?
Sugar.
I watched Sugar.
That's
That
what
one.
it's
It
called.
had 2 seasons or 1
Yeah.
season.
I think the first season where Lupita was amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And by the way, for me, okay, I know it's bad to say this like right now.
No, say it.
For sure, I thought she was an amazing actor when
Yeah.
she did Sugar.
Yeah.
Like the way she was crying and the
Yeah.
way. And I felt like she got some backlash because she was not like the light skinned chick. Mm-hmm. And
Racism.
okay, well, I'm not gonna go there. I'll say colorism.
Yeah, colorism.
Because we were so used to having the center stage chick being a light skinned chick.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden we have Lupita taking the center stage. The way
Right.
she's crying, the way she's acting was just marvelous. And then guys are hating because she was not the light skinned chick. I really just didn't get it. And I felt like I didn't have a chance for myself here because I'm dark skinned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gosh,
Right.
dang it.
Yeah.
Was born with the wrong color. Gotta explore other places, I guess.
Have you watched Lupita in anything else?
10 years a slave was so
Yes.
12 years a slave.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, guys, you need to edit
Whoa.
that.
Whoa.
But I stand by 12 years a
Yeah.
slave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was too hard. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it either.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
and I probably understand that it was really nice, but I have a hard time watching any real black related slavery kind of movie.
I thought it was okay. Yeah.
12 years a slave.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I didn't. I didn't think it was so interesting, or like, I don't know. I found it underwhelming.
Really?
Yeah.
It also came out during a time when I feel like a lot of like slave movies and like
'Cause
limited series
there
were
was also
coming.
the Django.
Django.
Yeah, and Django just blew it out of the water. I mean, Django
Yeah.
is so good. You've seen Django, right?
I did.
It's
Yeah.
so good. It's so
It's
fantastic.
one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, and that's the thing to me. I think, the topic of slavery has been discussed like frequently over film. I wouldn't say that it's been like, a topic that's constantly tackled, but it has been something that has been discussed in film before. And so for me, I feel like if you're going to do like a movie set in that era, or if you're
Yeah.
going to explore slavery, like say something new. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like I
Yeah.
understand, okay, yeah, like black people were like killed. I get it.
That's
like
why
black people
I'm,
were,
yeah,
you know
I'm
what
interested
I mean?
in just like different types of stories. That's why
Yeah.
Django was cool.
Yeah, because it's a different kind of slave movie.
It's different kind.
You know,
it's
I'm
not
not
so
trying
much
to see 90
rooted in
minutes of someone
reality.
getting whipped.
No,
I'm
Yeah.
not.
see that, and
Yeah.
generally I don't think it's great for our image as Africans.
For sure.
Yeah.
To continue to see our own black people, let me tell you something. What I was talking to my friends Linda and Enoch about, that images rule this world.
Yeah,
they
that's
rule
facts.
this dimension.
Yeah.
So what you see and what you show, it really rules this dimension. So the more we keep showing black people being whipped and looked down, put down, like fine, we see Nazi movies and we see how Jews were treated badly, but not every day.
You know?
Like today morning, I was just watching a really cool Jewish movie. Was You're So Not Welcome to My Bar Mitzvah?
Oh yeah, it's that one with Adam Sandler and his
Yeah.
daughter stars in it. Have you seen
Right?
it?
No, I've
Not
never
seen it, but have you heard of it?
No,
I
Okay,
think
well now you have.
it's new. Well,
Yeah, it's new.
It was really funny, and I thought Adam Sandler has a really great way of preserving Jewish religion
Yeah.
in his own culture, in his
Yeah.
own way, and he does it in a very beautiful way. Actually, in this particular movie, you hear a lot of Hebrew, and you hear you listen to a lot of their culture, you see a lot of their culture. It's really well presented in a beautiful way. I believe we have many ways to tackle our history. As
Yeah.
tough as it was, we should find very many ways to tackle it
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
present it. Because the more we keep showing people out there, we're suffering, we're being whipped, that was our history, it still kind of continues to stink.
Yeah.
And the genuine truth is, someone like me, I don't know what generation I am, but that history is not with me.
Yeah, you're a
My
millennial.
dad doesn't know any of that kind of history for his dad. His dad doesn't know that kind of history. The history they knew was fighting for independence, which is any war history. Right? And it's very amazing because we won. We are free now. So it's a beautiful story. But then I feel like those guys, Will Smith, everybody, you guys, please, Kenya Barris, I love what you create. Please create beautiful black movies. Show us in excellence.
yeah.
Or we should do it.
Yeah, I really want that like for African storytelling too. I feel like we're not even like a part of the conversation. Like I feel like you know, when it comes to like Black history in like Western films, it's usually like mostly about like, you know, like culture in that place, like in, you know, in relatively modern times, like the last like 50 to 100 years or whatever. But when it comes to like a slavery type era stories, it's really only about that like West African, that like transatlantic slave trade thing.
Yeah.
We're not a part of the conversation. And the stories that we championed here and that filmmakers championed here, it's not even anything like I've really never seen like an African written produced story about like our like
and
history.
you know, we have some rich history.
Yeah,
We really do.
I mean,
Yeah.
just the other day, I was studying Mali,
Yeah.
and I learned that there's a tribe in Mali called the Dodong.
Yeah.
And the Dodong have a history of human beings coming from a star system called Sirius B, that came into to their land and showed them, you know, some various technologies, and it's based on their arts. And they mentioned this star system called Sirius B years, I think 60 years before Sirius B was discovered.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And this is archaeologically written. This
Yeah.
is facts.
Yeah.
So of course there's some history there. If a tribe in Africa can talk about Sirius B, you know, there's Sirius A, which is a big star, you can see it from here, and there's Sirius B, which is a small star next to Sirius A, and they were talking about Sirius B, you know.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And talking about other names about Sirius B. And this is a small tribe in Africa. And they're talking about how these beings came and they were doing miraculous things and they were showing them how to use fire and they had all these technologies. Why isn't that story out there?
You
I
know?
just feel like, fine, it should be me and my brother, because he's a director, he's a whole director.
Oh, no.
You know, right? My sister, she's in media, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it should be us who tell these
Yeah.
stories. We just need money. We need the budget.
We just need the money. We need the
Yeah.
green.
We need the greens. And I think and let me tell you guys, if we start to elevate the Africans, the original Black people, even any Black person outside this continent will be very grateful.
Yes.
They will
Yeah,
be
that's true.
dignified.
Absolutely.
When you know that where you came from has a great story and you can go back anytime because you can go home, no one will beat you.
Yeah.
You'll be
Yeah.
confident because you have a story. And I think anyone who wants to elevate the Black color and the Black people, we need to tell great stories and we need to tell them of our motherland and we need to create our history and not just talk about the slave history. Not that it's bad. Not that we say it's any small, but then we also need to now start looking at other histories that elevate us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. And you know, not everyone's from West Africa, right? Like I really do think that like when it comes to Western media, the only like historical Black stories are from that region. But
Yeah,
there's
that's
so
true.
much more to the continent. Like what about us? Like that really kills me. Like what about us? Like I would love if like the Mau Mau uprising, for example. Like I want like, you know how like there are so many World War II movies? Why don't we have a movie about that? You know, ground it with a really like tragic, beautiful love
Yeah.
story like the Notebook. Like why don't we have those kinds of stories?
That's true.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, like
Why isn't that a
something
thing?
that me and Koi both like. We like watching period movies. So
Oh.
I love a period
movies
drama.
that are like based in like some time in the past.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be like a war movie or anything, but you know, just a movie like even like I love when it's like a movie based in World War II, but it's not about the war. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
So
that's
good.
Like
true,
things like that. So
yeah.
like if Africa starts to have more stories like that, I think it would be so helpful because it just makes things that it's not always a sensation. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It can even just be a small story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even during times of war, there are people who, you know, find ways to thrive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are the stories we need to hear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
like,
couldn't agree more.
How did we win? How did we get our independence? It was not given to us.
Yeah, that's
Your
true.
freedom can never be given to you.
That's
so
true.
we did win it. We need to know how we won it,
Mm-hmm.
and we need to see us winning.
Period. That's actually a really good segue to what I want to ask you next. I'm really curious to hear like what your opinions are on like Kenyan TV and Kenyan movies today. Do you watch them? Be honest. Do you think that there are some shortcomings? If so, what are they? I want to hear about what you think about what is Kenyan on TV now, like your single kiasis, like all of those kinds of stuff. What do you think? Tell us the truth.
I'll be very honest.
Yes.
Not that I was lying or anything.
Yeah.
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 You know, I'm not watching anything at the moment.
Yeah.
Not even Kyallo Culture, because first of all, Kyallo Culture, for personal reasons, it's hard to watch myself.
No, of course.
Right?
And it's reality, so it's
And
like you
it's-
portraying you. That's terrifying.
It's terrifying. I wish I was acting, actually.
Yeah.
I was acting.
No,
I'm like,
actually.
yeah, I was so into character. You know,
Yeah.
I channeled all the evil in me. But no, this is really me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's hard to watch that. But then also, I don't know. I think, you know, maybe I have a bad basis because
Yeah.
growing up, there wasn't really much that I really enjoyed watching Kenyan TV.
Yeah.
But I know that there are times like when I went to watch Nairobi Half-Life, we went with all my family members.
Classic.
It was amazing. We were all crying and talking about that and blah, blah, blah. But last year, yeah, I went to watch another Kenyan movie. Actually, how do I forget this name of this movie? But it was done by someone who I love and respect. He's called Abel.
Mm-hmm.
Click, click. Yeah, click, click, bang. I mean, such a beautiful piece. But then I left. So the story, if you haven't watched it, it's about this young footballer who, a young aspiring footballer, he's a young guy who gets this opportunity to go outside the country to play football, but a politician kid is given the opportunity instead. So what does he do? He turns it to the life of crime because he has to support his sister who is dying of cancer of some sort. So the acting was really done well. I mean, everything was really nice. The script was good. But why I felt when I left that place was I just felt hopeless because the guy ended up dying because of street crime. The sister, I think she lived or something. But he never got to pursue his dream as to get to be a footballer.
Oh, yeah.
And I just wonder, do we always tell doom stories, you know?
Always.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it like it is. Always. I think that African filmmakers, and I'll even say like even more so Kenyan filmmakers, get very horny by the just those poverty stories of like
So bad.
struggle and like decrepitness and like, ooh, you know what I mean? And I'm a little over it. I'm
And
so sorry.
I genuinely love Abel too. I love your family. You're
Shout out
someone I
Abel.
love and I respect.
Yes.
But then I'm like, no, let's get the boy to Europe. Let's get him to play.
You know?
Because when we watch a movie, we want to escape and want to believe and want to dream. We want to
Yes.
believe you can do it. And let me tell you, there's some movies. Okay, why I love The Godfather is because I see this guy, this young guy who turned into something. And he became almost like his father. He took on very big shoes. And you also admire these characters, the way they are portrayed, the way they win. Even if they lose, they are still winning. You know what I mean? There's so much richness. So I believe the way he killed, in Click, Click, Bang, the way he killed the main character at the very end.
Oh, spoiler alert.
I'm sorry, I had to say it.
It's okay.
He killed him, he killed the sidekick, you know, who was helping him. And there was no win. And I just left there feeling like we need to win.
Yeah.
Even in our movies, we need to win.
Yeah.
And actually, America is not that great of a place.
It's really not.
But their movies, what do
Yeah.
they show?
It's always
the
a
heaven.
happy ending.
Yeah.
The heaven of the
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
That's how Hollywood
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah.
So we need to show the best. We need to win. When you watch a movie, when you leave that place, you're like, damn it, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I also can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to also see like the mundane. I'd love to see like, you know what I mean? Like I would love if we could have like a quiet Kenyan rom-com, like a 500 Days of Summer. Like what does an indie movie look like here? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like one thing that I think that other film industries are a little bit stronger in is that I think that we lack a voice. I think we lack an identity in terms of storytelling, right? Like because I think if somebody asked me how I would describe like Kenyan movies, I don't really know what I would say because I don't think that we really have that identity down just yet. But I hope that changes soon, and I'm sure it will. I think things are evolving.
But I think you're good with horror.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I cannot watch a Kenyan horror movie.
Really? You know, I haven't had the pleasure of watching one yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, there's this movie on Netflix. I think guys should go watch it.
Yeah.
It's called the oh my God, the In Between or something like that.
In Between. That does sound like a horror movie.
Oh my goodness, it's about where some people are chilling when they're dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen about that movie. I haven't watched it though.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Next time I should have data, guys, so that I can get you the actual names of these movies. But
Don't worry about it. Don't
just
worry about
Go
it.
Netflix, check out a Kenyan movie. It's I think In Between or something. It's about like what you call it in Catholicism. We call it when you die and you go to this realm that you're just chilling before you go to heaven.
Purgatory.
I was also
Purgatory.
thinking purgatory.
Exactly. It's about a purgatory type of chill. So you kind of have nightmares about your people who are crying about you back on earth. You see them, you want to go, but you can't. And then one day you disappear into the other realm. It's so spooky.
That is
Maybe
really
we should
spooky.
actually just be horror people.
Maybe we should.
You know?
Maybe that could be our niche, honestly. Maybe. Maybe that could be our niche. That could be the beginning of now getting more of an identity.
True.
Yeah. Okay, we know all of our listeners want to hear about Kyallo Kulture, so let's get into it. Take me back to the beginning. I want to know who reached out to you. Did you guys pitch the show? How did it start?
Ooh, next question.
Thank you.
So initially it was pitched to Betty, my sister. They had met somewhere, I think at an event, and they spoke about having a reality show. I think initially it was for her, and she was just like, it would be a really good idea if I have my sisters on.
She's a real one for that. That's so nice.
She's a really one for that.
Yeah.
That was nice. But previously, even before, we had talked about having a reality show. Of course, we grew up watching the Kardashians.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, we knew it's possible.
Yes.
And it's just getting a family together, and especially a crazy family. Ours is a bit crazy. So just getting the cameras. So we tried a few things. We tried to do it ourselves with YouTube, but then schedules could never work. You know, production is, you have to respect production.
Yeah.
Like, we respect production, because
Yeah.
immediately we got a production partner when they spoke to her and we were all on board. Then things moved. Our schedules could be arranged. You know, it was just amazing. That's the beginning. Yeah.
So interesting. And how did you envision the show in the beginning? Like, what did it look like to you? Is it similar to what it is now, or did you have a different vision for it in the beginning?
I think it's panning out to be more of what I envisioned.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning it wasn't what I envisioned.
Yeah.
I signed up wanting to explore what was being offered. It wasn't really what I envisioned, especially in the beginning. But then as we go, it's kind of turning out to be what I envisioned.
Great.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about season 1. Like, what was that experience like? Were you terrified? Did you get any like prep? Like, did you watch other reality shows? Like, how did you prepare for that first season? Because I don't know. Like, I just wonder, like, what is that process getting into that mental space of being prepared to show your life on TV?
Right?
Yeah.
So I go crazy with research.
Yes.
I'd love to say that I just
A research
showed
queen.
up. No, I
Right.
love to research.
Yeah.
Like, I realized early on in life, when you want to just be comfortable, research, do your research.
Yes.
So I went crazy listening to Kris Jenner interviews.
Yes.
Kim Kardashian interviews.
Yes.
The whole family's interviews.
Yes.
I was learning so much from their interviews.
Yeah.
Because I had previously watched the show.
Yes.
And I could just relate with the information they were giving. But then nothing can ever prepare you.
Yeah.
I just want to be honest. None of that
Yeah.
information kind of mattered.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think that information is stored on the other side of the brain for something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing mattered because everything was different on ground.
Yeah, and you have to be prepared for more than just like doing the show itself, like, because you go through all that, and then now after the show comes out and everyone watches it, there's also a whole thing to go through
Right.
at that point as
Going
well.
through the actual emotion, and I think this is where we get paid for, because you go through the actual emotion, and when it comes out, you have to go through the actual another emotion, because
Yeah.
your family member or someone will be like, oh my god, that really happened, is this scripted? And you're just like, don't take me back there again. You know, I had lost it, I'm now okay, we are now okay.
Yeah.
You know, so many, and I also see so many comments, guys are like, I'm praying for them.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my goodness, I get it, it's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you had a situation on the show that when you were filming it in real time, you felt one way about it, but then when you watched it back, you're like, oh, I think it actually wasn't what I thought when it was actually going down?
100%
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when you're like, you know, those memes for when I'm looking at my crush versus how I actually look.
Yeah, totally. It's that.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
not
gosh, I
like
can
that, because
imagine.
some things you think it would be so cool if I do this,
Yeah.
or if I jump here, or if I say this.
Yeah.
But then when you actually hear it, you're like, why would you even say that, Mercy? Why would you?
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, but sometimes this is what the thing is about reality. You're human. You're human. So, I mean, that's why sometimes not watching it for me is good, because I'm just like, look, it was my life then. I did that then.
Period.
Now I'm here and I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. That's really interesting. Do you guys have a hand in what makes the final edit, or are you guys not really a part of that process?
So we in the beginning we did, but we decided that, you know, we don't want to alter so much, because there's so much altering when you want to pick this and pick that.
Yeah.
So we just decided, you know what, let the edits run.
That's really brave of you guys.
It's very
That's
brave.
really brave, because then it's like it's actually authentic then. Like
Very.
you're not hiding anything,
exactly.
you're not choreographing anything, you're not like filtering anything.
Yeah.
That's really what
Then
went down.
it really doesn't feel scripted or anything.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't that, but I think, and that's what I'm saying, it's panning out to be more of what I envisioned, where you don't have to really play a role, you just have to be yourself.
Exactly,
And I think
yeah.
that's what people really want to just connect with people.
Yeah. Yeah. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. So this season, you and Betty have been added quite a bit. How are you guys now? Are you guys fine? What do you think of those fights? What is your opinion on that?
Well, that's just the true nature of our relationship. It's never a fight here, a fight there.
Yeah.
We make up here, we don't make up there. It's just like the nature of our sisterhood.
Yeah.
And it's just not with Betty, it's with everybody.
Yeah, with everybody.
Like my mom, my brother, it's because we're a whole family.
Yes.
Sometimes my brother is not talking to my sister is not talking to my sister, I'm not talking to this sister,
Yeah.
I'm not talking to this
Yes.
this parent is not talking. It's always a mess. But I guess because of the lights and the cameras, we are highlighted.
Yeah.
But it's not a life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what I love about the show is that it does really give like those early Kardashian seasons when they were really like just a real family, right? Like remember Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney would get in these crazy fights. Remember she like hit her with her purse one time? Like I don't know, I don't have siblings, but it felt very like
No
real.
way. You have no siblings?
I have no siblings. Party of one, baby.
You have one?
I have one sibling.
Yeah.
A sister? Brother?
A brother.
Yeah.
Older? Younger?
Older.
What? You
Shut up, Ash.
guys.
Yeah.
Some spoiled guys here.
No, so I just think it's really compelling to watch because it feels very grounded in reality, which I think is a really hard thing for reality shows to get. I think sometimes reality shows can feel really like not real, and I think that can be entertaining, but I am really compelled by like the real, right? Like the real fights, like the real stress, like the real joy, the real heartbreak. That I think is what can be missing sometimes from this modern wave of reality.
And I feel like in season 1, I felt like what we were fighting for was to show the real joy.
Yeah.
Because we felt like a lot of the real madness was shown, the anger. So we kind of were like, no, we want to show also the joy. Because you see, like you said, I feel like sometimes here we go so much towards the anger, the very tough emotions. The other side, we forget the other of gratefulness, happiness, and those emotions are amazing to elicit in people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, Mercy, before we let you go today, we have to talk about your
you
latest
letting me
project.
go?
I know. It's time really flew, right?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Until we've come to the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's so natural.
It's the cool way. It's the whole thing.
Mercy, I think you're my new soulmate. I just absolutely adore you. Like, I cannot believe it took you this long to be on TV. I just really, when Will and I first met you, we were both like, oh, this is a star. Like, you are just such a star.
Wait, this strong guy chick?
Yes, this girl right here. Miss Braids, Miss Leggings, this girl right here. And you always deliver so much. But again, before we let you go, we have to let you talk about your new project, which we're actually all involved in. You want to tell the people about it?
Oh my God, guys. So yeah, I mean, I would love all of you to live here and follow Pillow Talk with Mercy Kyallo because we're launching a new podcast. Yay! For me, I promise we'll not be this loud.
Yeah.
You can listen to me when you're going to work.
Yes.
When you're coming from work.
Yes.
When you're just chilling with your baby.
Yes.
When you're in hospital.
Yes.
When you're in... Okay, no, not when you're in church. when everywhere else and you just need someone to listen to, you can listen to me and listen to us. I want to have great interviews.
Yes.
I want to go to many places and locations. Will and Koi want to go to different locations. That might
Yeah.
only
She wants to
request.
be on like you on set. She wants to
Yeah.
travel. She wants a
I'm
location.
like New York.
Yes.
I'm like Cali.
Yes.
I'm like where?
Yes.
Tell me. Say
Yes.
it. Sudan.
Yes.
I want to go there.
I
Right.
love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, as Mercy said, Will and I are producing the podcast with our production company, Cooper Productions, which this podcast also falls under. We are so excited. There's no one that we would rather launch this new venture with than you.
Right.
Again, you are so vivacious. You are so engaging. You're so fun. And this podcast is going to be all of that and so much more. I'm so excited for people to
Yeah.
get to know this other side of you that you don't get to show on the show.
my
And just really, yeah, I'm so happy for you. You are tailor-made for this.
Taylor?
Tailor,
Every
custom,
stitch?
cut.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my, I was supposed to plug my bags.
Oh, you can do that too. It's okay. We still have time. Plug your bags. Plug the bags.
Okay, Elvis, please pass that gorgeous bag behind you.
Stand by.
Stand by. Yeah. So guys, because there's some people listening, I can imagine you're going to work. I'm holding a really cute backpack. It's made of cow leather. It's
Here, let me hold it for you while you plug it.
All right, it's very beautiful. So my thank you. You're doing a great job, sweetie.
You should hire me as a model, honestly.
Right?
I'll hold the fuck out of this bag.
Right?
Bag model.
It's a beautiful bag. So my company is called Kyallo Leather.
Yes.
We make leather bags and pretty much leather goods, and we do it from our hearts. I have an amazing team of craftsmen, and we are just so dedicated in making sure that we make really cool and beautiful quality bags. You should check out our website, yallo.co.ke. It smells like leather, right?
That was exactly what I was looking for. I was like, it's really leather. And let me tell you something.
That's
I'm holding onto
actually a
this
really cool
strap,
bag.
and the
Right?
strap, it's really good quality, guys. Like, it is thick, it's sturdy. This is not, one of those backpacks that you'll go and you'll carry it and it'll
Yeah.
fray at the bottom or it'll break. Like, this is
No.
a really sturdy bag, and what a cute size.
Right?
You know what I
cute.
mean?
Yeah.
This is so nice for traveling.
So
if you're
cute.
going to be walking around in maybe the way you walk so much in Europe.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
Even here, if you're going to buy your kid a really cool backpack for school.
Yes.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, yeah.
that's
Right?
so true, by the
Be-
way.
yeah,
If you want to
yeah,
get
yeah,
some
yeah.
brownie points with your kids,
Yeah,
get
this
them a
is
fly backpack
it.
like this.
Right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had a really fly backpack.
The girls
Right.
couldn't tell me nothing. I
Right?
can tell you that. Not with this backpack.
No.
Not with this backpack. Oh my gosh, really
Yeah.
gorgeous. Mercy, we
Thank
adore you.
you.
Thank you for coming on the podcast. I hope you would come more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're such
For
a fun
sure.
guest.
Thanks so much for coming.
I feel
Yeah.
like I
Enjoyed
ate
talking
up
to you.
Will's time. Did you? You never got time to speak. Or I have to leave so you can just. I feel like sorry, Will.
No, you know what,
alright.
Mercy, you're our guest. Will's here all the. Who cares about Will? He's here all the time. Who cares? No, I'm
I
just
come
kidding.
talk here all the time. So.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. Yeah, I'm glad that you took center stage.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you know the drill. Catch us next week. Follow us on all social media platforms at MovieBuffs Kenya. We love you. Until then.
Thanks
We
for
love
listening,
you.
guys.